We live in a very lovely part of the world. We've got the mountains on one side out to our west, and they protect us from the most severe winds. And we've got the sea, which is only about 3 kilometres away to our east. I think it's a special place, and our family has enjoyed living here, and we think we're very fortunate people. I'm Kim McGlashen, and I'm a 4th generation hop grower. And on this block of land that we're standing on, my great-grandfather bought this in the year 1900. The McGlashen family's been part of the hop industry in the Nelson region here in New Zealand for the last 120 years. So obviously we've been part of the evolution of the industry from the early attempts at growing hops through to the modern day industry, and we've grown with it. My father was a hard worker. We didn't come into this with a lot of money. We've developed what we had. He obviously grew up during the Depression years, and he's a Scotsman, of course, so a Scottish name. We've, a family, always been careful. We don't have any great excesses, so I think I learned to do things as cheaply as possible, and now that we've got more resources at our fingertips, we tend to employ more skilled people who can provide those resources rather than trying to do everything yourself.
When I was a young fella, we slept downstairs. I mean, we had only 2 kilns. Now that we have 7 kilns, I sleep upstairs, right on the heat, right in the action. I do most of the drying, so for me that means I sleep with the hops at night if I get a chance to get into bed. Product quality is very high for us, so if it means you've got to sleep down the farm for a whole month, well, so be it. It's a full-on process, and if you miss that sort of 15-20 minute window of when things are exactly right, then we believe it's not as beneficial to our product. I'm 5th generation hop growing here on these soils. New Zealand hops is considered quite a premium quality product. Back to the breeding and how they're bred, and the sort of the aromas and the new age hops that are coming out from New Zealand are at the forefront of the marketplace at the moment. Back when I was a young fella, Mike Smith from Loftus Ranches came and stayed with us one Christmas Eve, and he said to me, "Oh Brent, if you're ever in America, come and look us up and come and work on our farm for a season." So I think it must have been about 10-15 years later I took him up on that, and I had the opportunity to work at Loftus Ranches. Family away from home, really, home away from home. In that time I met many brilliant growers like the Peralts and the Carpenters, a few of the other guys down there, but it was a fantastic opportunity learning how different New Zealand hops are compared to American hops, particularly in scale, size. It's a real eye-opener, and it really shaped the attitude I brought back to the home farm here. My brother-in-law Owen came back onto the farm at the same time, and we were doing a lot of changes on the farm. From then on we knew that to sustain sort of 3 families in the system that we needed to get a bit bigger, and to get bigger we looked at the American farming system, and we realised that we could get bigger too.
We all feed on Brent's passion for hops and people and his enthusiasm. He does a lot of hop propagation work, and his knowledge of plants is far more than I ever knew about growing hops. So he really is unique, I think, in terms of his overall knowledge of what makes hops grow and how to make them grow well.
Our biggest season so far, we've propagated over 750,000 plants, so it's quite a significant operation. It's a very good side to our business, because then we can take our plant quality from the field into the propagation through to the next generation of good quality hop plants. The hops have been bred almost specifically here for this sort of sunshine hours, for the rainfall that we do get, and just what Mother Nature gives us. This is what we're able to produce a quality crop.
I think what makes New Zealand hops sought after is the fact that they come from a unique breeding program. Some of the varieties that have been bred since the 1950s, because we've been doing our thing down here on our own, and we've had the benefit of quite a large germplasm collection from all around the world. New Zealand hops were hops with a difference, and that has been recognised by the craft brewers, and with their enthusiasm we've carried on developing a number of cultivars which have got a market that appreciates them all around the world.
As each generation goes on, we develop different ways and systems of growing things. We have our environmental situation we keep in mind for our next generations to come through. That's something that we're very conscious of, that if the generations want to continue, we need to look at our farming practices and adapt to that.
About 2018, we took the plunge and put in a state-of-the-art wood chip boiler system. We've gradually got that running over 2 or 3 years, where we now find that a very, very good system.
We've also spent years and years trying to develop hop compostable string, and we believe we've now successfully nailed that. In next to no time, we can reduce our string load completely out from plastic now to a biodegradable source that disappears in hop compost in between 60 to 90 days.
The association that Mac Hops has now with Yakima Chief is exciting for us, and I think it's a win-win situation. And they are really keen to source their hops from a reliable grower within New Zealand, and we've been really happy that they've selected Mac Hops as their sole source of supply.
The beauty about working with Yakima Chief, it's kind of like working with your friends. Everyone's very helpful, and that's what's amazing about this industry, is people are only a phone call away, or you can go and visit them and it's like you talked to them yesterday. This exclusive partnership between Mac Hops and Yakima Chief gives us the ability to sell great hops to some of the best brewers in the world. Generational family farms all working together, passionate about their product, selling to the world's top brewers. We're excited.